Hey and welcome everyone. Merry Christmas. It's the 25 stories or the 25th story. It's the final story out of the book 25 stories I would tell my younger self. And in today's episode, and for those that have read the book, you know that the final story is about how to become financially free, how I became financially free in 5 years, and how anyone who reads the book or anyone who wants to do it, of course, can do the same thing. And I talk about the 7 income streams in here. I talk about really step-by-step process. But what I want to do in this show, because we always talk about other things, is I want to talk about the 3 things that are going to keep you from becoming financially free. And we're going to talk about those 3 things. First of all, Merry Christmas to all of you. How do you like my hat? In the back, you can see we're getting ready for family dinner, family food here on the 25th. So really, really nice. And I hope you guys had also a really nice Christmas. So what are the 3 things? Well, it's very straightforward. Step number 1, or thing number 1 is you don't control your expenses. Now, what I mean with this is you can make a lot of money, but making a lot of money and keeping a lot of money are 2 completely different things. So first thing, you need to learn to save. You need to learn to not become a saver, but you need to learn to control your expenses and thereby being able to keep more money. What does that mean for me? Well, I do make quite good money, but there's many times that I don't go out. There's many times I don't go out for dinner. There's many times that I'm quite frugal. And the reason is because I know how important it is to keep my money and not spend it wildly. One of the key rules that I adopted for my own life is I don't have an issue spending money that comes from residual income streams. So from money, from real estate, from my dividends, from things where I don't have to work. This type of money that I make without having to put effort in, that money, I'm more easy to spend that kind of money because it comes in anyways. But money where I have to work, where I have to put in efforts, I tend to not spend that money, but completely save it and invest it into income streams that generate me more money. So here is a really, really key thing for you to understand. So rule number 1, if you want to become financially free, don't do the mistake of thinking that just because you make a lot of money, you can spend a lot. Absolutely not. And there's always these great stories of Warren Buffett, who is the really extreme, who still drives the same car, still lives the same house that he did when 40 years ago. Okay, so here's the first thing. The second thing, you are not open to try new things. You have to learn and you have to try new things. So one of the key things that, for example, I do every year at the end of the year is I completely erase all my podcasts. I completely erase all my books. I completely erase all my YouTube subscription channels, and I subscribe to completely new things. So let me challenge you to this. Get rid of all your podcasts that you have been listening to. Get rid of all the books that you want to read right now. Get rid of all the YouTube videos and completely subscribe to new people, new authors, new podcasters, all new. And this is so mind-boggling because it's like, oh my gosh, it's so difficult. You know how I feel when I have to unsubscribe to my most favorite YouTube channel? Well, guess what? There's so many awesome ones out there. So many awesome ones on podcast. You need to move into outside of your comfort zone. There is no way around this. And this is so hard, right? But so why am I telling you this? Because if you don't open your mind, if you don't try out new things, you are just gonna get stuck in these things where you are. And you cannot move out and get somewhere new. Second really important step. And the third, you get discouraged by your mistakes. Now, what do I mean with this? Myself, and if you read my book, then you know that there was times where I lost so ridiculously amount of money. Why? Because I thought I knew it all, I'd done it all, so I lost so much money. Well, I could have said, you know what? I lost so much money in real estate, I'll never do real estate anymore. I could. Well, today real estate is such an important part because I got educated. I learned how to try out new things. I learned how to step forward. I went to courses. I went to seminars. Same with stocks. I lost so much money on stocks. It was my own fault. I was an idiot. Well, that's life. And what happened? I went from there and learned and trained and worked and stepped in. I have friends. I know people. They tell me, you know what? I lost so much money into stocks. I'm never going to invest in stocks anymore. I lost so much money in real estate. You know what? I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to invest money into real estate. I did this and I lost money. I did this and I lost money. Well, guess what? You need to ask yourself, why did you lose money? Because if there are people out there who make money in real estate, why do these people make money in real estate and you don't? Which mistake did you do that these people don't do? Second, stocks. Why are you losing money while other people make money in stocks? There are clear, easy principles, and if you follow those, it totally will work. So don't get stuck because you make mistakes. You need to be able to be open and try out and ask yourself, so what were my mistakes? How can I overcome those? So I hope you guys get some value out of this. So let's recap really quick. Step number 1, control your spending. There is no way around this. If you spend too much money, you're just not going to get financially free. Second thing, be open for new things. You don't have to do what I do, like at the end of the year, totally refresh the entire podcast, YouTube chain, books, whatever, and totally go into new fields. You don't have to. But this is just one way how I totally get into a new little bubble, if I want to call it. And third, don't get stuck in the past with mistakes. Move on and ask yourself, why did it happen? What happened? This is such an easy and straightforward task. Now, of course, there's a lot more to this, right? And it's not how to become financially free. If you want to, read my book, 25 Stories, read the last chapter. But it's what are 3 things that are going to keep you from becoming? And we're going to have a special series from the new year called the 25 Stories Income Path. So if you want to, you can go to 25stories.org/income. And we're going to talk about this in the next year. We're going to go step by step, keep it very simple, straightforward. I hope you guys enjoyed the last 25 days. It was an awesome ride. We're going to celebrate Christmas here today. So really, Merry Christmas to you. I'm not going to have any shows on until the new year. We're going to have a webinar this Sunday. So that's the 27th. You can go to 25stories.org/webinar. You can sign up for this. It's free. And I would be really happy to see you there. So with this, really happy to have you all. And Merry Christmas. Jingle, jingle, jingle. And talk to you in the new year. Thanks so much, everyone.